director at Menlo College, NAIA. So his personal journey impacted him to get into being an athletic director. He was a coach just like the rest of them when they first started. He was a wrestling coach, very successful. Came up through the system, went through college. He was a college wrestling coach, very successful. Along the way, he had many great athletic directors supported him, and he just kind of moved into it, a natural process. As he didn't want to coach anymore. He really liked doing the athletic director part. He stated that the biggest thing for him is the overall student success and as well as the overall college experience. He said that that's why he's there, to help the kids. And I think that's the commonality between all three athletic directors. They do it for the kids. Recruiting, again, many different rules and regulations. Unlike the NC2A, the NAIA, a little bit more lax. The NC2A has rules just to have rules, rules for rules as well. NAIA is more relaxed in that aspect. They can talk. There's no dead seasons, no dead periods. They can talk to kids. So not too many constraints. The other thing that I found interesting, at the NC2A level, you can't split scholarships. You get 12 or 14 scholarships per sport, per level, or all that stuff. Here at the NAIA level, it's all site-driven. So what I found when I was doing some research, that basically 90% of the student athletes that attend an NAIA school receive an average of $7,000 just to come and play athletics. And there's more. They can split scholarships, unlike the NC2A. So a little bit more freedoms and liberties. The money's not controlled by the NC2A, where the NAIA, it's all site-driven, wherever they feel it's necessary. The biggest thing that I took away from the differences, well, before we get there, let me finish this up. Eligibility, when the incoming freshmen, they have to meet 3 categories. ACT, they have to have an 18 or 860 on the SAT, 2.0, and they have to be ranked in the top 50% of the class. If they're a transfer, they have to complete 24 units and have a 2.0 coming in. He's fortunate. He doesn't have to do any eligibility and compliance. He has a director, a full-time athletic director, assistant athletic director that's in charge of all that, doing all that paperwork for the NAIA. It now includes drug testing. Where at the junior college level and the high school level, there was no drug testing, another difference. So Mr. Soprato said that he didn't have to worry about that. They have to remain eligible, and there's a progress rule, 24, 12, 24, 48, 72, and the last few units have to be in the general education or field of study. So there's a lot of requirements there that they have to migrate there and manage, and he has a director for that. At the 4-year level, they have 5 years to complete their 4 years. NAIA is the National Association of Intercollegiate Association. Their role is more dedicated and character-driven. Smaller universities, I know at Menlo we have 600 student body. I think 300 or 400 participate in sports. So it's very small schools, but the competitive levels like Division II, as I was reading in some of my research. And then the NAI have many different workshops, just like all the other levels, to support the coaches, administrators. Same with the students. Mr. Sobrato said that the coaches run their study halls to keep the players eligible. It's up to the coach, wherever they felt necessary, to support their students to be eligible for the season. So he's seen it on a day-to-day basis. He's seen it on a weekly basis, a monthly basis, or if you got good grades, you don't see their coach and you just keep playing. So it's really, he lets that coach, the coaches individualize that for their programs. Some of the differences, just a little caveat that I threw in there. The biggest thing that I took away from this is that the money aspect, an average of 90% of the student athletes that participate at the NAIA level get an average of $7,000. I know at Menlo we get a little bit more than that. There's 3 levels on division, or NC2A, 2 levels, NAIA. There's 300 schools versus 1,200 schools. I think the biggest thing is there's more flexibility at the NAIA level. No recruiting restrictions. We can break break our money up between the athletes. We don't have to just at the NC2A level. You can't break up split scholarships. So there's some similarities and some differences, but I think the overall it's just easier at the NAI level to recruit kids. Some of the things that I took away from this, knowing the bylaws, I think the biggest thing is when I become an athletic director, or if I ever get the opportunity, some of the things I listed up there, I think I didn't put them in order, but the recruiting process, the financial aspect, compliance, I think those are all huge components to being a successful athletic director and having systems in place. I know all these 3 athletic directors that I interviewed all had systems in place for all that. They all had people helping them. There's the bylaws that they refer to quite often. So knowing that as an athletic director is going to be huge. So knowing that if I ever got the job, I have something in place. Some of the responsibilities, budgeting, marketing, athletic directors have to stay on top of the rules. They're ever changing quickly. You have to have great interpersonal skills to work with many different people. I think the high school athletic director, they have to deal with parents more, where the junior college or the 4-year college athletic director has to deal with the media. So it may be a double-edged sword there dealing with either one of those. There's actually laws for FERPA for students that are over 18 that are in college. So that was interesting to read and understand and talk to these guys about. To run an effective program, you have budget constraints. So to run effective programs to make sure everybody's getting all the equipment that they need and all that stuff, being transparent and making sure everybody's happy. And then to be able to work under stress. There's a lot that goes into that. So, to be a good athletic director, you got to be able to work with all that. Some of the things that I learned, their pathways was similar to mine. They had great athletic directors along the way to help them. They're all in it for student success, the college experience or the high school experience. Some I have personal connections to, or friends. The responsibilities that I stated earlier was huge to learn. The governing part of it, all the rules and regulation, all the bylaws. You really got to read those bylaws if you want to stay in compliance in recruiting. And then for me, moving forward as an athletic director, I have some great friends, references, lifelong friends that I'll ever, if I ever get a position, they'll be references for me. So it was great doing this activity. Here's the references: Tim Carey, Hoover High School; Eric Mendoza, West Hills Junior College; Keith Sobrato, Menlo College; and then a difference between NAIA and NC2A recruiting. But this was a great little assignment to do. I know I got to write a paper on this. It's going to be crazy. But anyways, I hope I explained this well. I really enjoyed doing this. To see all the differences between all 3 levels were great. I hope I've covered everything. I look forward to your responses, critiques, anything that you can benefit me. I'd appreciate it. Have a good one.